I'm Matt Smith. I'm a nursing major, and all this food came straight out of dumpsters from dumpster diving. And essentially, I got started dumpster diving during a really rough time in my life. It was in my junior year of high school. I was a huge runner, and I was struggling with anorexia. And after a 3-week stint in hospital, I sort of knew I had to change how I was living my life, and I needed to find some new hobbies other than just exercise. So I began dumpster diving, and I slowly began sort of uncovering this issue of food waste for myself, and just slowly grew from there. I started rescuing just these massive quantities of food and just trying to do the best thing I can with it. So I try to set up shop like this once a month around campus, just sort of make a display of all the food. It's not necessarily to get college kids food, but it's more to raise awareness for the issue of food waste. So yeah, everything we have here tonight, I rounded up in about, it was either 2 or 3 weeks worth of diving. I could easily find this amount in a single night though. The dumpsters are good. And the items that they're throwing away, they're honestly like really good quality. Like these kind bars, they can cost you $2 a bar in the store, but here we have dozens and dozens of them, all free.
I met Dan through a professor that, not Dan, I met Matt through one of his professors. I had a professor who had him in another class, and she said, you ought to get a hold of this guy. So I kind of heard his story and started going dumpster diving with him fairly frequently. The expiration dates on the food, there's best by dates and there's suggested sell-by dates. And both of those are set by the manufacturer. There's no governing body that regulates that. So a lot of the expiration dates that you see on food have nothing to do with the safety of the product. Some of them certainly do, and I'm not going to pretend like they don't. Like milk is a great example. You probably don't want to drink milk that's past the expiration date because dairy needs to be refrigerated and goes bad fairly soon. But candy bars and things like that, they don't really ever go old. And it's just because a lot of these foods have so many preservatives in them that the sell-by dates and the best-by dates are kind of just there because they feel like they should put something there,
Apart from just food, there's a lot more that I find. Like the laptop I use for school is an $800 laptop, brand new, out of a dumpster. I found Bluetooth speakers, iPods, tablets, really anything you can imagine you can get from a dumpster. And I originally sold these things I found for profit, but that didn't sit right with me, so I began donating it to the Samuel Moga Foundation, which builds wells in Africa. So I've made a partnership with them, and now anything that I find that isn't food, I sell and I donate that money to the wells in Africa. Over the past year and a half, almost 2 years of me dumpster diving, I estimate that I've rescued around $40,000 worth of food, of electronics, of product. This past February, I was actually given the opportunity to give a TED Talk here at Grand Valley's TEDx event, and I discussed my story with anorexia and how dumpster diving slowly sort of picked me up from that dark place in my life. So it was really a good opportunity to share my story and also this issue of food waste. Yeah, the reception has been phenomenal on campus. People just are really receptive of the food. They're willing to try it, even though it's from a dumpster. There's a little stigma behind it, but that doesn't seem to bother them at all. They're just extremely supportive of this whole endeavor.